I'm over here by the gas station on the highway in the north right now, but funny situations that I'm viewing in the paradigm of time and stuff. Anyway, man, it's Christmas night or Christmas Eve night right now, and I made a couple phone calls, but I guess another time. And as you can see, other people that did funny things in the paradigm, right? And I'm in North Dakota right now. Funny individuals. So let's be real about my situation, right? So in the paradigm of time, I used to tell my wife, and I used to whisper to my kids, and also the continuance of the habitation of me and my wife. Don't have sex with strangers at a paradigm of time because it might fuck up your immaculate, your mythology to the reason of your higher consciousness or your immaculate at the time. So fucking with the wrong niggas and celebrating with the wrong people, who are the right people is me, but you would have to find out how serious what my situation is and how real my life is. But wrong other people in other ways with certain other things and stuff, celebrating with the wrong people or trying to be militant with the wrong people a certain type of way in a paradigm. And then letting if you had individuals irresponsible that let individuals have sex already in a time sequencing in a paradigm a certain type of way, that's what may have fucked up an individual at a time. You see, I'm a person that's a natural gift in life and also brings miracles in people's life, even in times of need. Other people can act like it. It's still recorded according to me in the paradigm. Still being recorded according to me in the paradigm. Second time I said this. So be careful of other fake people in the paradigm of time. Oh man. But you know something? A person says, you think your son is grown. Let me explain something to you. When I get to a point of reality where one can know the natural and the real hierarchy of the magi of all space and the clarity. It would be, how can I say this? Stupid people in certain. Now, I hope you're gonna hear me clearly what I'm saying, because this is how serious what I'm saying is for one's acknowledgement. it would be stupid, for you to know the clarity of the reality of the hierarchy of the magi of all space, the stars, or of the star of all space. How you doing? Know me. The magi, star, majesty, emperor, force of all space. How you doing? But like I said, funny situations, you see, having to go back a certain time way. But anyway, funny situations like I would tell my child, Jesus, and my son, you didn't grow up yet because this is the year of the reflection and look how I'm walking and living. I don't like people wasting my equality and causing me to waste in the paradigm of time unnecessary energy when I'm just trying to even see a point of the reality of value of myself. And on top of it, where I'm already staying, I'm with a man that wanted to sabotage another man's existence because the greed of his mentality. So, let me tell you another thing. My child will always be intelligent and smart, but he will be conditioned to also conquer those that try to deteriorate his reality besides myself because I'm the reason of his existence. So I'm the reason of his consciousness. You think about what I'm saying. And then watch out for individuals. And one more thing, watch out for individuals who just spying on me just to see a point of receptiveness of what I'm speaking about and thinking consciously and still keeping documented. And remember, I'm the real Dalai Lama and I'm walking around right now on a highway going back to my recovery. And one more thing, if you choose to hear me or don't, I'll just say this, you know, be careful of other individuals that wanted to try an individual. Because, let me be real with you, you have no idea about how real life is a certain way. And I'm a man of intelligence. But like I said, one's natural existence people wanted to spy on a man at a distance, right? A person says, you know, and there's already a light that then an individual thinking it must have not been enough the first time for an individual, huh? And my wife is still with me. So it doesn't even matter because she knows how real I am. Da, 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 da. And guess what? You know the funny thing in the paradigm? Be careful of other individuals that just came to hate on the individual a certain type of way. Wow, look at this. I guess another person wanted somebody else to give this a call false recognition because it's just like, be careful of other individuals that want to push on pedals that want it to be. You know, pre-prime trends never understood even transformer moves. Excuse me, other men wanted to see a harlot. I have an empress. I never had a harlot. And being real with you, I would never be with a fake bitch that would want to take a person's life a certain type of way because she tried to steal it. It's like the 10 astrological jewels of the stupid sting bitch empress live they try to take another person's identity at a time because the individual had a high quality of love and then she was mad that her situation because remember if a person's of a planet the 10 astrological jewels was recognized for the education in the paradigm. But H, Shayla, and Liv had their own planet. So their child was born on their own planet, and there was nobody around when their child was born on their planet. And only had one child. So why were they going after other people's identity at a time? Be careful. You know, Jesus ain't learned his lesson a certain way. He didn't know what I was protecting that man. And what was going on. I said, oh, in the paradigm of time, a person, this chick lived, was already given the astrological jewel empress sons problems a certain type of way with other people in the social economic that was doing equality economics for their social acknowledgement for individuals education and economics for their survival at the time. And then the bitch was already giving people problems in the paradigm. Hold on. The bitch was already giving people problems in the paradigm. And watch this funny situation here. Oh man, the bitch was already giving individuals problems a certain type of way. The bitch was already giving individuals problems a certain type of way with individuals not even realizing what was going on. Well, we got another look at this. Another late night creeper, guys. The bitch, the bitch. Let me tell you something, man. Listen, if I have 10 astrological jewel signs of 10 astrological empresses that have inner points of enlightenment with 42 suns that was up front in a reality. You gotta be careful. Anyway, I had 42 suns in the reality that was up front at a time. What type of, and then you had individuals that already tried to kill 10 of them, and then tried to kill the 12, then tried to kill the 12. Then, on top of it, when I found them and had to recover their situation, it was like a mission impossible just to recover their reality for their existence in their habitation. And then look at this. Then then you had individuals at the time of Jesus being born, and then other individuals trying to fuck up his existence because of the natural habitation that wanted to have animal emotions towards them in the physical reality, and to keep them at bay. I had I had I had came down and guided myself to make sure my energy was around a certain type of way to keep them at bay so they wouldn't harm them. And then on top of it, then then on top of it, to think about the reality because the wild emotions that wanted to attack, the reason of his existence, and then in the physical reality, pardon me, I have to also fight because of other individuals and their supplements, the way they've been trying to nourish an individual that already been fighting for his life just for the existence of habitation to be in existence. Then then on top of it, you have these four chicks that were mad because their child was born on the planet and they were alone with their child. Their child felt like they accomplished wonderful things, and then when they found out the negligence of their ignorance of their mentality, of them wanting to be more, and then my other wives, I was the head of their education, you know, then them going after other individuals that was causing complications in the paradigm in the future, dealing with the equality of enrichment a certain type of way that was trying to devalue enrichment, that was trying to find a way to deteriorate other individuals' finances for nourishment because of jealous emotions that they even had. Because remember, there was 10 astrological jewel empresses with my real wives, and then them being jewels. I had four empresses, other empresses, ate, Shayla, and lived that was also jewels that depressed my physical reality because the wrong decisions that they made, and they were also a jewel empress of one planet, so they didn't have a planet with a paradigm a certain type of way. I was their paradigm. They didn't get to the fulfillment of their paradigm, so they had a jewel of enlightenment because they were learning their education, and then they wanted the paradigm because they wanted to be able to see other people's sequences and to prevent situations. But because they're jealous emotions already, I couldn't give them the atmosphere a certain type of way. So you know what I did? I told my wives, and my wives already knew, but I told my wives what was going on, and then I just put them away a certain type of way. But doing that, the children that I already had was in danger because of things that was happening in the positioning of my wife's atmosphere of her inner sacredcy at a time, because she was educating also and guiding my wife a certain type of way because she was a jewel. And then the devaluation that they try to do towards the equality. Because let me explain something to you. If you want to do economic enrichment for one's social economic structure, remember my wives were already jewels for the reasons of enlightenment. Even at it's like a start, points of reflection of the reason of the wealth and the riches and the value of the sacredcy. But then you had individuals that already knew about the jewel. So it's just like somebody knowing that you have a stash and then they tried to scheme on your stash. So the jewel had another jewel that didn't really make it to its value that it was supposed to be, that was trying to even deteriorate the reason of the higher jewel that already had the quality that made it to the value that it was supposed to be. And then it caused an economic struggle when it came to the natural currency of the physical reality. So me knowing the higher physics of the reality, I had to literally had to be, make sure the situations were a certain type of way. So when you see people going against me, trying to take away my economic structure, or me being the head of my economic structure, those are people that's deteriorating, causing the end of the world and planet and finances, and the end of people's existence. So my sons had to be on point even with their martial arts, because if you have somebody trying to take what's rightfully of the reason of your education, you have to be able to regard the reason of your habitation and existence. Now I've been doing this all my life, so now if you had four chicks that wasn't worth shit, they wasn't even worth the shit of the man's shit because I shit gold. So and I spent more than gold to really tell you the truth, but they wasn't even worth a man's shit in the physical reality. That tells you that the pussy, they're foul. And you remember they were intake, so the foul consciousness was already going to fuck up people's nervous system at a form of a level of currency of equality that would have caused irritation and disorderly or distinction or demoralizing or the 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 digression or disorientation in the physical reality that would have caused diseases and other things to other people's existence if they were spending their economic currency on the wrong type of if they were spending the economic currency on the wrong type of finances at the time. And then it would have been a situation according to the reasons of equality and enlightenment, and then individuals would have been in like some type of power struggle for the reality of what was going on a certain type of way. So a person had to know their physics to be able to know what was going on, to be able to stop or prevent the situation. I'm a person that really knows a real equality of existence, but I'm not going to endanger my wife if I already see certain things already happening to me a certain type of way. So one already knows to even be sacred a certain type of way, even when it comes to the physical. Because if you have a person that's trying to cause a natural deterioration a certain type of way, like because they don't know the quality of other individuals and then are mad at situations in life because of people that people that's doing finance. It's just like my wife. That my wife sometimes had to realize the danger of the physical reality, because if you're teaching somebody that's a jewel, that's like that's like you don't want to cause identity theft. You don't want to cause a false vibration. You don't want to give a false enlightenment. If you're a person of higher quality, you don't want to give off the wrong type of quality when one is looked upon as a high acknowledgement in the paradigm of time. So if you have a chick or some chicks that never learned the education when it came to even being a form of a representation of the reason of the economics, that means these chicks fucked up the structure. They couldn't even be a part of the harmony, but because they knew about the sacredcy of the enlightenment and seen it a certain type of way, they had to be they had to be kept they had to be kept where a person they couldn't interfere in other people's reality, so people could be warned. It's like a one. It was like a warning sign, so people could be warned about individuals a certain type of way in the physical reality before certain things happen. But my sons had to realize how real the situation is, and then Jesus, when he was being born, these chicks was already given the false vibrations, and then individuals going into how can I say this, a form of regardment to make sure that certain things were regarded because other individuals' endeavors, when they came to their consciousness being vindictive and devious, wanted to fuck up people's equality because they were making points of agreement with empress of an energy that already was defiling the reason of equality and the sacredcy of the reason of the habitation of consecration. Individuals had to regard. So remember, during the time of Alexander, I'm the real Emperor Qing, so I had to regard because Genghis Khan's situation a certain type of other way that wanted to go conquer a certain type of way. And before that situation, there was already turmoil between other individuals that was already wanted certain points of existence when it came to natural structure and equality, when it came to the economic growth of individuals' value at the time. Hold on for a second. There's another car coming and trying to view me a certain type of way. Stupid bitch. Stupid bitch. Talk about everything okay, you stupid bitch. You're not even supposed to be fucking driving a cop car, you dumb bitch. For false representation of the physical reality, because one one would be regarded, but not that type of regard at the time. So a person acknowledging certain things, even of existence, a person doing the wrong thing, even in the physical reality, it's just like you ever seen the movie Brimstone? Because I'm over here up north right now, right? It's just like as I was passing North Dakota, and think about this. You ever seen the movie Brimstone? You ever thought about what them individuals did in that movie? You think about that situation. Them niggas really, them niggas in the movie, I don't know what happened down the line with certain individuals according to individuals' legacy and lineage. But somebody must have, sometimes you shouldn't have people sleep over your house when they want to do the wrong things and they have the wrong intentions, even in the physical view of the individual. is like a stupid bitch that wants to take the point of. Listen to this. This is even more worse than the physical reality that you think. Imagine a stupid bitch like, Liv. Let me tell you something. How real this is. There was a chick named Liv. The ones I was talking about, one of the four that I was talking about, that used this girl named Siobhan Sons at the time. And when the Siobhan Sons came and I met her, she had a form of like some love magic. But when I was I was like I was astonished when I seen her a certain type of way. But she had a form of love magic on her. But after a while, I didn't feel comfortable a certain type of way. But something about the situation made me get into the situation in the more depth. So then, as I'm going along with the situation, I noticed that the bitch had. I didn't realize at the time because the person I was supposed to really be with at the time, she 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 caused how can I say, she was like a decoy that veered the situation to go another type of way that the situation was supposed to be originally going away that how it's supposed to be, but because of her acknowledgement, she veered the situation and it went another type of way. So it didn't go the way it was supposed to go that night. The way it was supposed to be the person I was supposed to really meet that night. But because she probably did a favor for some girl, after a while, after breaking up for years, then I finally realized one day I was thinking about it, I was like, oh shit, she had lift energy on her, and I didn't even realize at the time because I was coming to awakening because you remember the forgetful pool. It was like, I'm the real Zeus, and then I was in the real forgetful pool where people tried to do magic, and they tried to hurt me and kill my wife at a point, and then they tried to kill my children at a point that was of real stars that fell out of the sky. So the time of their celestial access to their celestial being and in their point of looking at my viewing the consciousness wasn't there. So it was like a void. So I wasn't remembering certain of them a certain type of way. And then when it came to me remembering certain things, it was already too late a certain type of way for certain astrological tendril emphasis because the bitch already made it to me a certain type of way that was manipulating their physical reality. I was going to cause an identity theft because she used a false individual to be with me a certain type of way to take away times of nourishment and love that I was supposed to give originally to somebody else that's going to complicate their future even more from them even manifesting in the physical reality. And hey, that has nothing to do with it. That's the irresponsibility of my children that caused that because it's like missing their birthday. If I miss giving your mother love, you didn't really honor me and your mother then because that means you're missing your mother's existence, the reason of her receiving the love, of the reason of her point of reflection of the physical reality and causing deterioration of the reason of our habitation of our quality together that will literally make her lose the reason of her value of her currency of her jewel. It's just like what happened to the Ming's diamond mine. So if people didn't realize what was going on, just like I told you, if you make me miss your mother's love to the quality of the reason of receiving the currency of the love, then you're risking your mother's habitation of the physical reality where one had to save your mother's habitation in the physical reality. And if you do something and cause, you see, Liv came, so she wasn't supposed to be on this earth receiving a point of love. That means she complicated the 10 jewels' lives, and because of my children not realizing the responsibility to make sure that the jewel empresses receive their love according to their purity and according to the higher quality of existence and life and comfortability, their future was complicated. So that might have caused the distinction or caused the deterioration of the physical reality. And me realizing that I have to, it's like I had to do the extra to save the equality, but now you made my situation uncomfortable for the future. And then if I miss my wife giving her love, it's like missing my child's birthday. So if that was a continuance of our reflection of the quality of each other, what happens at the level of physics? I was already complete before this, but what happens to them in the level of physics? Yeah? And then the danger of the situation even more at the time, I gave this chick live love. So she might be running around with this bitch energy and causing bad moods or bad times of when I'm supposed to receive equality. If she was doing Reiki, she would probably be doing bad things to make me fuck up the equality I'm supposed to be receiving at the time. And then them bitches knew element martial arts. So imagine it's even a harder battle, and then I already got shot there with dealing with elements because of this type of situation, and then to wake up in a paradigm, recovering, battling the dark anatomy and the dark consciousness that was attacking me all through the paradigm of time, and then me having to wait, and then people trying to take my economic system, and then on top of it, then 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 they can't take my economic system because the fact is I own the economic, so they'll never be able to take it from me. But then on top of it, then the currency of the vibrations of the quality of the high love and me being the magi space emperor force of the real love of happiness, equality, enrichment, and wealth, and me ruffling JR, and then and then and then battling the dark matter consciousness of the people trying to deteriorate my physical and the physical reality of my quality from before, and then causing bad settings that's already parallel for me because it's not my naturalness, because my intent is even the same because she's a reflection of the reason of my higher quality of love. So then these fucking stupid bitches, it's the parallel reality causing the discomfort, and then other chicks sleeping with other men, and the paradigm not respecting the reason of the astrological tree because the greed and gluttony of other individuals when it came to value and currency. Listen, man, it's like somebody touching your jewel that wasn't supposed to touch your jewel. It's like one time I had this gold chain, and this guy named James Peters touched it, and he wasn't supposed to touch it. But I know he knew this, but he did it on purpose. Or Andre Peters, right? Or James, whatever you want. Fionn Mitchell's cousin. There was a couple things that happened one time. Even a guy took these rings that I had and threw it in the sewer, and these rings were already anointed a certain type of. I don't even want to speak about it. A person says, "Who are these people?" I don't know the deterioration. If I'm at a high point and I've been already warring all my life trying to recover, what would I happen to be doing in the paradigm of time and recovery to people that caused it, that was enlightened or educated at the time, that knew these things, that caused these situations a certain type of way? So that means I'll be leading up to surpass and recover from this situation. But if it's a bad economics, equality going on at the time, what do you think is going to happen? Then every night I come out around here, there's a smell of burning wood when it's not even supposed to be burning wood. Then I'm telling you about brimstone individuals. That don't make no sense to me. Then I tell people, I say, yo, listen, man, I'm real because I don't even gotta tell you, man. I'm the reason of education, the reason of life. So I don't even have to tell you anything. People that just want recognition. It's just like if this bitch live use a false bitch to give me pussy, just fuck it. Wait a minute. You hit. Let me let you hear something. It's like a person just trying to figure out their life. I don't got it. Don't ever fucking try me because I'm the real life. There's nothing funny about trying. You know, oh man, I got. Let me tell you something that you wouldn't believe. You know, I put some type of cookie in here that I put in my food, but you know, it was like some type of dairy cookie, and I haven't been having sex, and I've been supposed to have been having sex, so that's how come all the falling stars are at the time, even when it comes to astrology, because I haven't been having sex. So because other people was causing deterioration, that was jealous of the reasons of my love, and that was fucking up the quality of the original reality because of the false magic and other people. It's just like, to show you how real this is, you have people doing identity theft in the paradigm of time. They just wanted a person's, they just wanted a person's equality. And then I'm telling individuals this. Hold on for a second, because let me show you how real this is. I'm gonna actually put my phone down for a second. House and stuff, you know. Oh man, this came back from outside. My other universal remote was supposed to be working, but for some reason the remote didn't want to work before I left the house and stuff. So, and this is, you know, this is the remote, but because it dropped in the water, it dropped in the water, and then next thing you know, it wasn't working, so I had to go. He gave me another remote just to use for a time being and stuff. Well, this is the other remote for the time being, but it doesn't matter. I'm leaving. I'm leaving sooner or later. You know, I had fun while I was out here for a little bit, man. But after I come back from New York, I think after a little while, I'll be going somewhere else. You know, I'm gonna be real. You know, what I was telling you about my wife and the quality of the currency of the finances is serious. So, I just feel ashamed a certain type of way because of the individual's ignorance in the paradigm. Because they don't even realize if a person thinks they want to give me something in abundance, I like natural flowing life where I enjoy my enrichment in certain type of way. Not people that just want to bombard or bogard or cause other individuals secret emotions like se- uh, secret finance politics that wanted to overthrow the hierarchy of life. It's just like, let me tell you, even at the time of Alexander, you know, and before there was other people that was already that was causing ignorance when it came to the quality of structure. Just like when you see the movie um, Spartacus, this cable series. But there was another situation that happened in the paradigm of time that other individuals was already causing certain type of situations uh, according to one's habitation a certain type of way because they wanted to know the quality of the reasons of the individual a certain type of way at a time because they felt like it was a new impulse of reality and then they were causing complications because everybody wanted a part of the marketing to be a part of it because the I guess it must have been the timing sequence, the reason, and other individuals' individuality because of what they were going to do in a paradigm, you know, was looking to be a part of situations certain type of way, and I wasn't having it because I knew in a time that it was good. It was leading up to a point of the galactical war at a time even of reflection, even at an individual's reality. So me knowing the physical of what was going on, I just didn't want to. I didn't do certain things, and I educated my children saying they had to know how serious life was. Matter of fact, I don't even want to speak about it right now because my phone it died when I put it outside on the floor to charge for a second. And then next thing you know, when the phone died, it's because I'm drinking this, but you know, this was I had something else in this, but I ended up drinking this. It was this, but it was looking like you see how this is already looking. It was another type of blue water in here, but because it's so cold outside, it showed a certain type of weight. And then you look, I put something else in here that you can see. It was some type of dairy product. I wasn't gonna use it a certain type of way, but when I was cooking, it was tasting so sweet. I wanted something sweet, so I put it in the drink. But the original what I was using and what I was drinking was looking like this. This is how it looked originally, but because I put this funny little dairy product, I don't know. This is what it is and stuff. Because I put this little funny little dairy product in it, caused. But anyway, I don't want to speak about certain things right now. I'm just gonna go enjoy my night. I had to put the phone on a charger here just to charge my phone, so because my phone died while I was outside explaining everything to you. So it's already 50 minutes and 10 seconds and going up right now. And I'm just being real, I tried to. 50 is literally 50 minutes and more, past 20 seconds right now, and still going up. So I try to individuals and look at even the timing sequences. This is why I'm gonna go about my life, man. I was already complete, but I'm just not even gonna get into it. You see, it's Christmas Eve right now, but it'll be Christmas soon. So have a wonderful life. Happy holidays to other individuals, and to other individuals, uh, you know, how can I say this? It, a form of gesture of equality, but I would give a hand to you. But I'll just tell you, well, since I'm the top, bottom of the day to you. Love one.